In this video, we're going to look at creating a shadow study inside Autodesk Revit. So here we have an A3 drawing sheet, and on the left hand side we've got March 21st 9 AM the existing site, and on the right hand side we've got another view, and this is titled June 21st 9 AM existing. So what this is showing us is the different angles of the shadow as it hits the site on those particular dates and those particular times. So the way we create this is, first of all, so you need your 3D model of your building. So we have our site here generated in Revit. We have our walls and roofs, just basic kind of geometry created, just so we know that it's casting the shadows. We don't need to create windows or internal walls or anything like this for the purpose of this. So the first thing you want to make sure is that your site is geolocated to the correct location. And this is so Revit can interpret the angle of the actual sun that's casting the shadows. So you can see here, if you go into location, we have our actual coordinates placed here, and this is based down in the south of Ireland in West Kerry, or towards West Kerry, here near Tralee and kind of Killarney area. So we have that located, so we know that the shadow analysis will be as accurate as is possible. So we have all our buildings modeled, all our roofs, all our walls, so the shadow is going to generate behind those buildings as the sun moves. So the way we create the actual views is using a 3D view setup. So we have a 3D view create here, just your default 3D view. So what I've done here on the left hand side is created separate 3D views for the different dates and times. And the way I've done that is, what I want to do is go to my top view. So make sure that it's facing north, just for the purpose of this. And then what I actually do is I just duplicate this. So I'm going to duplicate this. And what I'm now going to do is just name this, let's call this one September 21st, 12 PM. So I'm going to title my 3D view as that. So what I'm going to now do is, I'm just going to go into my graphic display options. So go into graphic display options, go into lighting, and you need to do this for every view that you create. So just go to in session still, and I'm going to change the date to 21st of September 09 at 12 PM. So 00. So in this case, I'm just going to set my ground level plane and apply on that. So there we have a view created at that particular date and time, and apply on that. And the phase on that is actually show complete and phase 1, which is our proposed phase. So what you might do for this, if we set that to proposed, so we're going to call this proposed. And then to create the existing one, all you do then is duplicate this particular view, rename that to existing, and just change your phase. So go to show complete, and I'm just going to change that to existing. And we actually don't have a change of building on this, but you would have a different type of building design maybe based in there based on phase. So what you can do then in your proposed, if you haven't got your building model already, I'm just going to place some walls. I'm just going to set them to a proposed phase. So all I'm doing is just generating this as a fairly static building. I'm just going to extrude these walls, make sure the height is 2. I'm just going to go to unconnected. Let's make this 20. So what I want is, I actually want that building obviously to come from my ground level. So just change it from my ground level, make sure your proposed building is, so we've got a building generated there. So if I go back to my hidden line view, you can actually see that building is generated. So I want to make sure that that phase of that building is set to phase created phase 1. And then if I go to my existing phase, it's not turned on. If I go to my top, make sure it's set, I can see the different type of shadow being generated by that building. What I can now do is actually start to place this on a sheet. So create a sheet, new sheet. Okay, on that, what I'm going to do is just drag these models onto the sheet. So obviously your scale is too big. I'm going to change this to 1:500. Change your scale. Set your scale. Set your title block, and then your title is going to align with your date and time if that's how you have it set up. That over to there, and what I'm actually going to do is just crop that particular show crop region. I'm going to crop that. Make sure I'm hiding the adjoining site, so we don't need it. Our site is just at the center of this particular building. So click out of that, and what we have now is September 21st, 12 p.m. existing, and then I'm going to do the same for this particular one. So set that one is to 500. And the purpose of this is that you can just duplicate every time you create an existing phase of a different time and a date. You can just duplicate that for the existing. You could even have the crop region, unlike what I've done here. You could have the crop region already created within that. Saves you having to do it for each one as well. And then just naming each different view as your separate time and date of that particular month when you want that particular shadow study to be created. So crop view. So I'll make sure that my date and time are shown on that. Title block. So we've got existing, we've got the pros, and we can see the shadow being generated by the existing building at 12 p.m. is quite significant versus September 21st. And you can duplicate this for all your different times of the years and create your various different types of sheets. So you could actually name this sheet as September 21st, 12 p.m. So the existing and proposed sit on that sheet, so you can create one for every duplicated view that you need to create at the particular times of the year.